Good day, Rusk enjoyers. Hope you're alright, 'cause it's time to talk about storage collections. Of course, in the most recent roster, we've seen the ammunition Sinotype large box being accepted, and with that being a sequel to the recent Firearms Sinotype large box, we're now looking at potentially a brand new storage collection being introduced to Rust. But a lot of you do not know how to approach such a thing. A lot of you don't know what to expect. So, of course, I have to make this video dedicated to talking about what potentially to expect, and of course to learn from the past. So consider looking at the description right now. You'll see everything is chaptered in regards to certain notable points of interest and whatnot, in case you probably forgot something, need to go back and whatnot. So, alright, cool. Let's talk about context first of all. So when this was accepted, you might notice, look over to here, when I announced it. Oh my goodness, we've actually got a storage collection. So the last storage collection to be introduced into Rust before this was the Graffiti storage collection. Now it's back in 2022, 3 years before this. Now, back then, because so many skin creators were trying to see if they could get their own storage collection accepted, they were constantly putting out new designs near enough every single week. And Facepunch actually stepped forward and said, guys, we do not want to see any more storage collections being made. For how long? It was never expressed. But let me tell you, over the past 3 years, there have been so many attempts for a storage collection. I've seen some very cool creative approaches, some very cool interesting designs, but none of them are accepted until now. So this is special, but is it always going to be special? Here's the first thing we have to consider. Are we potentially going to start seeing storage collections become a regular thing again? We don't know. Second thing to consider. Is the Sinotype storage collection is it going to even reach to that many acceptances? So if I could just quickly showcase to you. Many of you should be fully well aware of the Neon storage collection, which of course evolved into being a much bigger deployable collection, what with the likes of locker skins, garage doors, and of course recently fridges. But initially it was just large boxes. That got 18 skins in total. Now of course after that we saw the likes of the Scientific storage collection. There was 17 skins in total. And of course, as I just said, the most recent one, we got the Graffiti storage collection. Well, that only got 15. I don't know how far Sinotype is going to get, but like, I'm sure you get the point. We cannot guarantee we're going to see a lot of these. But ideally, and well, hopefully, we do see at least 15. And that potentially might be every single week now over the course of the next few months. So, okay, cool, right? This is a pretty interesting summer. Yeah, yes, it is. But let's quickly hop back over to here. Is that instantly going to be alright? Because, of course, with the ammunition Sinotype large box appearing, we saw a bit of a reaction to the very first one, the Firearms. So, as I can show you here with a tweet, I made a point to showcase that, hey, this did 31,000 subscribers. The ammo box has obviously been accepted. And that basically, for the first like 2 days, was sitting at around $10. Whilst you can see here, it's just underneath $9. It caught up, it got close to $10 for quite a bit of time. But if we could just quickly hop over to here now, I'll showcase to you that right now it's sitting here at $7. As time passes, more and more people are going to be able to list theirs on the Steam market. I don't know where that's going to calm down at, stop at, who knows. But my first expectation was maybe it'll be about $6. Now I'll give you a good answer for that in a second. But okay, 31,000 subscribers, $7. I'm not complaining. How many did you buy? I have 81. Should have bought more, but at least I have something. Alright? Some people are asking me, hey, should I sell now? If the profit's good to you now, go for it. I'm not going to say no. But as time goes on, will this flourish? Will this slowly, gradually go up in price? Well, if we do get like a big proper collection, I could see it happening. The more the merrier. More skins being accepted after this. But we also happen to have September, October, November. But I have a good reason to point that out. But yeah, September, October, November, the autumn full seasonal dip. Basically, whilst this is looking very good at the moment, I still expect it to drop off in price. And, well, September's just around the corner, isn't it? Yeah, it's not too long ago. It's 6 weeks now. Oh. But if we keep seeing acceptances, maybe it'll hold out quite nicely. But I'll give you a good reason for that in a second. So, okay, cool. keep this in mind. Whilst right now it's doing pretty good, I do worry for it, during that period of time, September, October, November. But post-Christmas, January 2026, I expect that it bounce back up again. Easy. No issue, no problem. Especially with the expectation that we're going to see a lot of people turning out to play Rust around then again as well. So, okay, cool. If you want to sell, consider it. Just don't unload all of your stock all at once. That's not smart. That's really not smart. All right, cool. So understood. Right then, so how might we approach the likes of the brand new skin? The brand new ammo, ammo box. So, I've already done my 48 hour analysis, and I'm expecting that this Sinotype ammo box is probably going to do between 35 to 40,000 subscribers. Now, if anything, that is kind of a rough estimate. It is kind of a rough estimate, but I wouldn't be too surprised. So, now that everybody is fully aware that we potentially have a brand new storage collection on the horizon, a lot of people hyped up, and a lot of people buying this. Now, with its current momentum, it's already getting fairly close to the sales that the Firearms large box did. But let me put it this way. If all of the following large box skins, if they all end up with about 40,000 subscribers, all right, that's fine. If they match up, it should be okay. But the Firearms, considering it's the very first one and potentially will be the one with the lowest sales overall, I think that would be appreciating it, wouldn't it? So, just to point this out once again, that might end up being like the most expensive skin in the set. We'll see how things pan out and whatnot, but again, because this was first and it only did so many sales, maybe that might be a huge benefit to it. Maybe you might want to hold on to them. So you've got a question, is the profit good now? I don't want to wait it out. I don't want to see what happens. That's your decision, all right? That's your decision. So anyway, what to expect next? More large boxes, duh. So, if we could just quickly look at the comments, you can see a lot of people behind this. They're like fully in support of Mr. Odyssey, the skin creator. Some people here and there pointing out what they'd like to see next and whatnot. What would you like to see being made next? Meds storage, I'm seeing being mentioned quite a lot at the moment. Okay, we'll see how that turns out. But again, you've got to keep an eye on Odyssey's actual workshop. Now, currently, I do not see a new skin being made at the moment. But of course, give it another few days. I'm pretty sure we will be seeing another one. What will it be? Who knows? It just has to be another one. That's all, all right? Just has to be another one that exists. And let's see if that gets instantly accepted. So, if we do keep seeing them being produced and accepted, we'll see how many potentially get accepted overall. But some of you might be sitting here and saying, so how's it pan out? As we see this collection grow, become an actual proper collection, what is there to be expected? Well, I've got a pretty good thing to showcase to you. So I've already mentioned it, but I'll actually showcase it to you now. If you go to my main YouTube, if you go to my playlists, you'll see I've just made a brand new playlist, Graffiti Storage Collection Progression. Yep. 3 years ago, Hedge was making videos still, and he showed the progress of this collection as it slowly rolled out. Now heed my warning. This is Hedge from 3 years ago. He wasn't as confident talking, and also Blue Yeti microphone. But no, seriously, you will laugh at the you will laugh when you listen to them. I know you will. But this is a 10 video series going over the course of good several weeks from May 19 to September 7, 2022. You will see how things roll out, and well, let's just give you a nice little showcase of back then. September 7, there you go. That's what the prices look like for the Graffiti Storage Collection. And as you might notice, they're not that high in price. Yes, whilst there was a nice developing collection, it still wasn't exactly super high. Now, another thing also to be aware of is, inevitably, when we go through September, October, November, do not be surprised if you see a lot of listings, all right? Do not be surprised if you see a good few hundred listings per large box. Now, with this being September, we don't see the worst of it for that initial auto-fall seasonal dip. But you will notice some of these do have a good 100 or so listings and whatnot. You can see Graffiti Boom here has 200. Scrap has 151. This has 145. And you can see the prices. Quite a lot of them are only slightly above $2.49. Yeah. So don't assume everything's just going to instantly go up in price. don't assume everything's just going to magically become big fat profit. Initially, didn't really happen with graffiti storage. Now, for some of them, as you might notice, the graffiti gun storage right there. Oh, that's $7.50. Wood, $5. Oh, graffiti ammo, $5. And then there's components, $6. Yeah, some of them initially did work out quite all right. But not every single one of them, right? Be wary. Now, more context. With the graffiti storage collection, all of that, on average, did about 25,000 subscribers. Now, you might sit there and say, oh, hang on a minute. Sinotype Firearms did 31,000. And you're sitting here and saying, could we potentially see the other Sinotype large box skins doing about 35 to 40,000 subscribers? Yeah. But then again, that was 3 years ago, and there's more people currently playing right now in 2025. I can show you the difference. So, hopping back over to here. As you can see currently, we're looking at average player counts for each month being about 100,000. But a good 3 years ago, it wasn't 100,000. There is a fair bit more. A good 20,000 extra people per month playing. So if you're going to sit there and complain about, oh, but Graffiti did only 25,000 subscribers, well, guess what? We've got more people playing now, more people buying skins. And with Skinbox being banned, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, do take that into consideration. So maybe you don't have to worry too much. And if I could just also quickly point out, Neon Storage Collection came out back in what, 2020, 2021? Actually, it says it right there, Hedge. You can look at the dates, 2021. Well, they on average did like 40 to 50,000 subscribers. Not the first few, but once people realised what was going on and we were seeing a collection being made, oh yeah, then it really did start to go pretty crazy. But then again, also, it's been a good 4 years since we saw these initially coming out. They flourished. But we also didn't see a new collection in good 3 years or so. So, alright, cool, understood. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff being thrown at you at the moment. I hope you're writing it all down. But what you should know by now is that, yes, the very first two skins, we've seen a very nice spike in demand, spike in price for this particular one right here. It might not happen for every single one that follows. Does it make sense? Like, ammo, you're probably buying a lot of at the moment. But will this proposed potential third one even cause the ammo to go up in price that much? So, now I want to just quickly point out quantities on the Steam market. For the first September, October, November period of time, there was a good few hundred of these listed. And yeah, their prices did suffer. So this is why I want to showcase to you the Graffiti gun storage. So that's actually one of the better performing graffiti storages right about now, and for like quite a long time, that has quite literally just been the case. Persistently, one of the top performing ones in terms of price. Let's go look at sales history, and as you can see, oh wow, that goes up and down quite a lot. Yes, but more specifically, let's look at that very first good couple months or so. Well, couple months. Look at it like all together. But anyway, point I'm trying to get across is it initially comes out. More skins are accepted. It goes up to a quite high point at the very end of August, early September, auto full seasonal dip, goes down. At one point, this is sitting here selling for about $7, and then it goes all the way down at the end of October to about $3.50, almost $4. Yes. So be wary, be careful, and start making considerations in regards to what you might want to do in regards to your brand new Sinotype large boxes. However, that wasn't the first skin to be accepted in that collection, was it? No. But overall, all of them did basically kind of behave the same. So keep this in mind, all right? Maybe you don't want to make moves for these Sinotype large boxes now. Maybe you ought to wait until October. Just keep all your money nice and safe at the moment. Wait a good several weeks, then make a move, then attack. So, okay, cool. Whilst this looks very nice and special at the moment, what are you considering? So feel free to comment below in regards to your own thoughts and your own worries, issues, problems. I'll try my best to answer you and whatnot. But anyway, let's see if this does work out nicely. Let's see if Face Punch does want to keep, accepting these. But again, do keep in mind what happens if we see another storage collection appearing literally just after Sinotype finishes. That type of behaviour I haven't seen in quite a long time. But of course, it did happen with neon storages because Scientific followed it, and then Graffiti followed Scientific. But hopping back to this video series, in the first few episodes, I do bring up Scientific a lot. You will see that being mentioned. In fact, I think that thumbnail is quite literally me showcasing the Scientific collection there. That initially didn't work out very well. In fact, I will point this out as well. For the majority of this video series, I talk about how the initial first few skins in this collection are most likely to do very nicely, but the last ones, oh, they very likely might not get as much support. I can't really stand by that statement that much anymore, but we'll see how it progresses. Of course, I'm going to take notes and whatnot and be aware of how this Sinotype collection progresses and whatnot, and I'll learn from this experience, and I hope you do too. But yeah, some things I say in here probably might not even apply that much. I'll notice trends, but evidently the Graffiti storage collection, all of it worked out all right. All of it basically doubled in price. They got the benefit of, again, I say it for like the third time now, we didn't have a storage collection being made for 3 years, or of one being accepted. So you get that. Cool. Right then, so yep, that's all available as a playlist. Consider giving that a good look. And yeah, I think I've basically got everything sort of covered. I think I've got everything all said, yeah. So one final thing, I've already asked it, but what would you personally really like to see being made? What would you personally really prefer or prioritize? Let's offer you this sort of dilemma. What if Face Punch told Odyssey, the skin creator, you're only allowed to have 8 skins? What would you want? Feel free to comment below. Personally, I'd say, well, firearms or, guns. I'm fine with ammo. I'd say maybe you could probably generalize the likes of all the funeral... furnace? God, oh, God. How did I get to that? Sorry. Furnace. All the, like you could just say furnace or smelting. It could be that. Yeah. What a very random thing to say. I'll keep it in, that's funny. But anyway, smelting for all the likes of the, the ore and the sulfur and the coal. You could just probably have it all in one box. You could probably have a farming box for all your needs and your wheats and whatnot. Oh, yes. And other things. I guess we don't really need a food box anymore, do we? Yeah, I guess you could probably potentially see a Sinotype fridge at some point. Yeah, that probably would work. That would probably be pretty cool. Yeah, all right. But again, I want to see what you'd like to say. And maybe the skin creator will probably watch this video and he'll probably see what you say as well and take that into consideration. So it definitely would help. It would definitely be a nice, insightful thing to see. I guess I could keep track. I could point out what most people want to see, what most people want to prioritize. That'd be a cool thing. But anyway, I guess that's a wrap. I think we've said everything that needs to be said. So let's just be patient, see how this rolls out. But the main thing is don't unload all of your stock all in one go. Very bad idea. If you're trying to walk away with some very sweet, delicious looking profit, pace yourself. Ride the wave of momentum. The chances are you probably want to wait until maybe January 2026 to see some real good profit. As time goes on, based on what we've seen here, especially with what we've seen here, do keep this into consideration. Whilst we may dip, we always rise back up again, all right? Okay? So I'll leave it at that. Okay, so yeah, one final extra look then at the Neon Storage collection. I took screenshots because I couldn't trust SMM. Yeah, couldn't trust it. Scientific. Mostly all of that's doing very nice for itself. The scrap, though, I should also point out the fuel storage. That was one of the later skins to be accepted. Ended up becoming one of the most expensive because for quite a long time we didn't have any other like fuel storage box. I do believe we got the small box for the extra neon subsidiary collection from the previous year, if you can recall. Small box. So yeah, and then of course Graffiti. It's very easy to just look at this and say, well, it all doubled in price. Clearly that's going to happen all over again with Sinotype, right? No. I've given you a lot of extra context in this video. So I hope you took notes. I hope you understand how you might want to approach things. and of course with the Graffiti storage playlist, consider giving it a good watch. Consider seeing how things progressed. I might repeat things a lot. I might not be as experienced as I am in regards to talking about pixels, but it should give you an extra bit of insight. All right? Patience. Don't be drastic. Be smart. And maybe you're better off just doing buy orders in every single skin from here and now. It's up to you. It's up to you. Right then, so I guess that's a nice wrap. I think we can sit here and say, let's just look forward to seeing what's being made next. I'll showcase it to you with, from the best of my ability. And let's see if we can get pretty far. Let's see if we could get at least 15 skins, in total. So thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck to you and your investments. But be prepared for September, October, November.